what is our second main topic today?
All right, this is coming from William Grant. He says, hey, John and crew. So Sony just released a 2-minute and 26-second clip of the upcoming Uncharted movie. The action looks great, but some things shown were physically impossible. Did this make you more excited for the movie or worried it might be over the top like Fast 9? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, William. And look, I remember when that one Uncharted trailer came out and we saw Tom Holland jumping from the crates, flying behind the plane and all that kind of stuff. And I remember myself saying, I mean, that's just completely unbelievable. That can't happen, blah, blah, blah. And it takes me out of the trailer bit. But then I had like a freaking math professor, like right to me. And it's like, actually, John, what he's doing is plausible. That can happen the way it, like from a physics point of view, that can happen. And I had a whole bunch of people in the live chat writing into me, well, actually, John, what they're doing. I'm like, really? Really?
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Like kind of too outrageous to me. Anyway, then they put out this clip yesterday. That is like the full 2-minute scene of that moment that was in that trailer. I was thrilled. Here's a really good example. This is a great example of when you know you're really into it. When the clip ended, it was jarring to me because I got so into the clip that I forgot I was just watching a clip. And then it ended, I'm like, oh. Now, I will say this. This is the biggest critique I have of that clip. The biggest critique I have is that, and this happens all the time with visual effects for movie screens, when they're suddenly brought into a small little internet thing and they're rendered out differently, some of the compositing, for those of you who don't know, a little bit of visual effects. When you hear the term compositing, what does that mean? Compositing is simply this. Let's say I have a picture of this phone in Photoshop, and then I want to make a picture with these icebreaker breath mints in front of it. I'm taking one image, layering something on top of another. That, in a very basic form, is compositing.
Okay.
That's compositing in. Now, compositing is done in visual effects and video as well. So obviously, now, I don't want to break the magic for any of you, but Tom Holland didn't actually, I mean, he's not Jackie Chan and he's not Tom Cruise. Tom Holland did not actually dangle at the back of a plane. Hate to break the magic for everybody, but he didn't. So what they do is they take that and then they composite that upon, aerial footage or whatever they have in the background. And I will say this, there were moments we can tell, oh yeah, this is composited. Mm-hmm. This is, right? But I have a feeling when we see it on the big screen, we won't be able to make that distinction. So that criticism aside, I thought it was a thrilling, fun thing. And it's a scene that's ripped right out of the video games. So I got to tell you what, sign me up. I thought this looked really fun. I have already been excited for this movie. I think this is going to be really good. I mean, who knows? It might be a big bag of crap, but my anticipation that's going to be really good. And this clip just made me even more excited for it. Kim, you had a chance to check it out. What do you think about this little clip from Uncharted?
It made me really excited to see the movie. I was like, at first I was like, because it was a new clip and I'm like, oh, I already seen this. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, I was like, I like where this is going. And whoever the lady is that seems to be partners with him in it, I was like, okay, she's kicking butt too. Like, don't sleep on her. Like, what's she doing? I really love the whole scene. I like the sound in it. I kind of love when action scenes not go dark, but go sound without sound, like out of nowhere, and then jump back in. Like, to me, that makes it feels like that roller coaster, that part of the roller coaster where you're going up and you're like levitating out of your seat and then you go back down. I'm excited. And especially after seeing the other trailer with the ships, right, with the helicopters and the ships. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling Goonies. I'm feeling Indiana Jones. I'm feeling a little Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, I'm going to give this film a good chance. I'm excited.
I still remember when the one trailer played and I'm like, all right, there's pirate ships. Oh, there's a flying pirate ship. Oh, there's 2 flying pirate ships. Oh, they're swashbuckling and swinging from one pirate, like in Errol Flynn days. I mean, I really dug what I saw. By the way, I cannot be the only person. Any of you guys who've watched me for any period of time, there's a friend of mine who I've done some work with in the past before, Tiffany Smith. I could not I can't be the only one, because Kim, you were bringing up the girl in the trailer. This might not be the best representation. Let me see if I can find a better one. But you bring up the girl in the trailer that seems to be his partner. I totally had to do a double take because I thought for a second it was actually Tiffany. And for any of you guys who've watched Tiffany stuff, I'm trying to see, for those of you guys who might not know Tiffany, I'm going to try to find a better picture of her that might kind of represent it. But anyway, because this image of Tiffany doesn't look like the girl in the thing, but was I not the only one who thought that was Tiffany? Come on. Some of you guys had to think that was Tiffany. By the way, Tiffany was also the host of DC Fandom this year. She was like the host of DC Fandom, so because she's killing it. But I totally thought it was Tiffany Smith at first. Good to see that it wasn't. All right. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you think about this Uncharted clip? I actually thought it was really good. Maybe you didn't think it looked all that special. Did the whole thing about the compositing problem that I had, did that stand out to you too? Maybe you didn't notice it at all? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.